This conference will now be recorded.
I believe we don't have any doubts. So we'll go to the next example, next topic. That is control statement or loop control. Do anybody can give example for this? Mr. Srinivaslu? Hello, Srinivaslu. Can you give example for where we require control in the Windows operators system, operating system, or otherwise where we come across this control in any apps? Do anybody can give example? Miss Anita? Hello. Okay. Mr. Anand? Okay. This hello, these control statements, for example, we can use for selections, or otherwise we do some filtering in any app, like when we go for uh, any e-commerce websites, we can select, we can do filtering, like uh, we want to show certain type of materials, like jewelry, like garments, like this we can do. Otherwise, if we want to apply certain age preferences, like we want to show some otherwise only third AC tickets available in IRCTC, we want to control that, the
Like selecting
output.
dates or something, is that what you're saying?
Selecting.
Dates and all, we select dates, right? So this is the date. Mm.
Yeah, that is yeah, we can do that one, and also that can be also done. Yes, if
Okay.
within that can become in that can be done as a decision making also for date selections.
Okay.
And suppose if you are going for discounts, 60
Mm.
percentage above you want to show, 50 percentage above you want to show, 40 percentage above you want to show in a filtering, then this control we can, so what we want to display. And so
Okay.
of course the date can also be controlled. There are always multiple ways of operating it, like we add a conditional statement, we add a else if statement, like that we can do apply the our logic within anywhere. And while also we can apply the if condition statements, but usually that is not good thing. While in if statement we will be going for only decision making, that is yes or no. While in while statement, if we will be going for loops, like there will be a repeated execution of a statement under the in the body of while statement, that is control statement. Okay, while is one of the control statement, so we'll be going for repeated execution of the program. Okay, are able to understand this? So we'll go for an example first. Format today.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Yeah, I also see some messages on the chat window. So I think Vivek, a person named Vivek, has posted something. So if you can check on that, thank you.
What is this meaning? When we want to shuffle the data. It is, I don't see the text messages since this may be running background, and I am opening the C program file in front, and background it may be running, this text messages may be running. And so if you are interrupting, if you want to interrupt anywhere critically, then you voice message will be better. Through voice only, text we cannot. I don't, when I'm running the turbo C window in the as a front screen, I cannot be able to access the back screen, that is the other windows, Chrome window. So these messages are skipped by me since it was not visible to me. Thanks for reminding that. I'm not able to understand. Okay. The get operator is to uh, only this get function will be utilized to interrupt the window from getting off. That is, when we run a program, the program will be executed continue sequentially, and when it finds the void main function closing braces, then the program will be closed. Since we are running only with a small program, this takes very microseconds to compile or execute the program. We are just running an hello world program, and so once it will not take much time for the processor to run this execution of this program. And so we will not be able to see the display of this hello world in the screen, since it is the job of the program is done within very fraction of seconds. That is, any program will be taking load, okay, load over the processor, and processor is able to easily handle that, since it is not taking much memory also. Hello world is very less, since we are not using any variable, we are directly displaying the text. If we are operating on variables, and lot of variables are being utilized, then we can see that there will be load on the processor. And so to interrupt the program, that is, we don't want to end the program before we want to see what is the display or outcome of the program execution. We are using get character. Until when get character sees a character input from the keyboard, the program will be stalled at that point. That is the next statement, which we, if you remember, then that is the closing braces of the void main window. And so that that void main braces, closing braces, will not be executed till get character function senses a keystroke through a keyboard. And so when a keystroke is executed, then the program next statement is closing brace. And so when that is executed, the execution of the program is completed, and the compiler comes out of the that program. And so that the function of get character function. So to when we are using get character function, then we need to include the con io.hr header in the program. And so now I'll show the format of while statement, and we will be closing the session. So this is the while expression. While expression will execute these following statements if it is till if it is seeing a non-zero value. Once it senses a non-zero, the while loop will be closed. That is, this statement has to be employed, for example, in these formats. That is, we are running a count. Suppose if count is initiated as 1, okay, and count is incremented for every loop. This loop will be incremented till count is lesser than or equal to 0. Once count increments to 4, then this loop will be broken and the next statement below this will be executed. And so till this, in the first, when we run the first time, the count will be 1. And so the output of this program will be like this. So count is 1. So next time when the count is, when the program is initiated, since first time the count value is 1, the output will be printed as 1. Next the count is incremented to 2, and so this loop will be still continuing it. So once the next run, the count will be 2, and in next run count will be 3. So once the count is become 4, the this statement will not be executed. That is, the statements below within the while statement will not be executed, and the compiler hand over its handle to the next line. This is where it will be utilized. And so whenever we need to run a program, that is, whenever we need to run the process for particular period, then these type of statements will be useful. That is, for example, a thermometer, we will be sensing the temperature. For any digital thermometer or digital things, we will not take single value and then take it into count. We will be taking an average of the inputs. A digital thermometer have a sensor to read the temperature. So whenever it reads a temperature using a thermocouple or some sort of sensors, then only one value will not be useful. So it will take repeatedly values. For example, usually three values it will take and then average it over and display with the counter, or say 10. And so 10 inputs will be taken and average of the 10 will be done, and then the average of that value will be displayed in the thermometer. This is the one of the application of the while statement. Do you have any doubts? Can we close the session? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
We will meet again on Wednesday. Bye bye, see you.